Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1725 Northeast 7th Street here in McMinnville. We're located up on the rooftop. We're going through the 4-inch cast iron main vent up here as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running. Here we go. And I'll zero out the camera counter right here at the base of the vent. And this is right where the vent ties onto the main line in the crawl space here. What we're going to do here is we're going to zero the camera out right here where it ties onto the main line. Everything prior to this point is just bent. Transitions here at 21 feet over to 4-inch concrete pipe. It appears to be transite concrete. And here at 26 feet we have a root intrusion. We'll get that marked on the way out for repair. And we just went past another root intrusion there. Here at about 73 feet. And then right here is our terminus at 88 feet out. Alrighty, we're going to reel the camera back here a little bit. I'm going to do some locates. My first set of locates is going to be right at that furthest out root intrusion. And that will give us an idea of where this line is headed to. As best I can tell here, it looks like it's going straight to the rear of the property. Now, both these root intrusions I do recommend correcting. We'll drain the water out here, make sure there's none others in the flow line, and beyond this point here I can see all the way through the water because it's on such a hard incline. So we're going to locate here. I'll put an X marking at each of the root intrusions. I'll mention their depth and location here in a moment. At this time, the roots are not big enough that they're affecting the flow, it appears. I mean, if you put something like paper towels or a rag down the line, they might hang up, but roots will almost always persist to a point where they hang up debris and cause problems. So I do recommend they be fixed. Alright, so the line is going right through if you're standing in the street on Evans looking at the home from the road, the line goes through the rear left corner of the property, and I mean right through that corner where the fence meets this building back there, back by the shed. And where this is at is just barely on the other side of the fence. It's a very tricky spot to get it back into. There's a lot of bushes and trees and stuff. So I've shot some paint on the ground there. But I would have to go on a hike here to get around to this. So I recommend calling for locates if you're going to do any repair work over there, as it does appear to be under concrete. or just barely underneath it, right as the line passes from this property into the parking lot. It looks like a apartment complex. But that's one of those, it's in a tricky enough place. I would definitely look into doing a pipeliner on it rather than traditional trenching, because it does appear to be under the concrete there. And just given the fact that it looks like it's on someone else's property there, that's probably going to be the better way to go, and it's usually cheaper as well. But I have shot some white paint on the ground. I kind of shot it through the fence line onto the ground back there on the concrete, right in the kind of rough location as to where that was at. Some really minor standing water there. That's nothing even worth worrying about. And here is our other root intrusion. I'll get this marked here with a white X in the backyard area. Alright, locate the camera head. It's, depending on how you're looking at it, it's just barely come out of underneath the rear deck. It's right where the one of the support posts is at, as well as a downspout. I put a white X. It does appear to be under the concrete pad. It's literally about 3 inches outside of that. Because of that reason, I'm not able to swing my locating wand back and forth like I need to. So consider that marking somewhat rough. I was able to get, I'm about 85% sure I'm right on top of it there, but just know that with having the deck there in the way, I can't swing my wand around like I need to get an exact location, but I think I'm pretty much spot on there. That's marked with an X, and we're only about 10 inches to a foot deep there. So considering the fact that both of those are under concrete, that one you may actually be able to tunnel underneath the pad. But I would look into doing pipeliners on both of those. And this spot right here, this is the transition. I think we're just seeing rubber fernco exposed here. That still appears to be sealed off from the ground. So anyway, they're at about 25, 26 feet. As well as at 73 feet, I recommend correcting the root intrusions. Aside from that, the rest of the line's in good shape, and it is currently functioning properly at this time. Those roots haven't hung any debris up. So at this time, it's doing its job, but I always recommend repairing roots, not drain cleaning them, because they come back, and generally they turn into some bigger problem down the road once they turn into a big root ball. And they will also deteriorate the pipe faster. It usually lets groundwater and stuff come in and out of the pipe, which starts to wear the joints in the concrete out. I do recommend a rescope after the repair work is done to ensure it was done correctly. But if the root intrusion that's closest to the house is dug up, I recommend installing a cleanout right there. That or exposing, that's why I'm running back out here to see if there's a cleanout tie-in under the deck. Yeah, we might have a cleanout coming down right about where the camera's sitting, but it's really hard to tell. There's some discoloration at the top of the pipe that kind of looks like possibly a cleanout, but it does not appear that there, I don't think there is one outside though. I would recommend putting a cleanout in there if you do dig down to that closest in root intrusion. That'd be a good spot to put a cleanout access. Anyway, the root intrusion again out at 73 feet. Definitely look into a pipeliner. In those circumstances, the depth of the line and the location is really kind of irrelevant for the most part. So look into that. But if you have to do a trench repair, you'll probably need to call for locates to get an exact location on that one, as it does appear to be beyond the fence line over on another property.